What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Nerdy Volume Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about escape room hype.
Everybody's all of a sudden doing it. Not all of a sudden. I'm just kidding. That was like 10 years ago. I was thinking that.
So we all been through some escape rooms, some more than others. Some did a few. But for the ones that we did, not together or maybe individually, yeah, we're going to share our experiences.
Escape rooms have you done? Is
Like 15.
how many have you
I did
done?
like 4. No, I did more than that. I think like at least I want to say at least 8.
8?
Yeah, at least 8.
I think I'm about where you're at. Maybe around 8.
But the one I want to talk about before the other ones is the one that we all did. This is it the Saw escape
Saw
room.
escape room.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys like expect to like?
Saw.
What were you guys expecting when you guys
Saw.
went there? Besides,
I thought it was going to be a lot more
Saw.
competitive. There's going to be a lot of competitive edges to it.
yeah.
Because I've never watched Saw.
You've never seen
Really?
Saw?
No.
Saw all of
It's
them.
not your thing.
No.
Yeah.
You saw all of them? I saw all of them too.
Nice.
So I never watched.
Actually,
it.
I think I didn't watch
But-
maybe the last 2.
Oh.
But from what I hear is that a lot of it was like some people, there was all challenges, right? There was a ton of challenges. So I thought there was going to be more challenges. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And with the, the whole thing about the puzzles too, about the escape rooms.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I expected. There wasn't much of that. It was a lot more cooperative, which of course escape rooms are great like that. But I think because of Saw's universe is so vast, I guess, in ideas, you can't really pinpoint on what you can or can put into a room or an escape room with that genre being what it is. But that's just me. What did you expect?
I would say that before we start,
Mm-hmm.
I like going into detail. Spoiler alerts if anybody's planning to do the Saw escape room.
Here in Las Vegas, of course.
Yeah, here in Vegas, because I feel like we're gonna talk a little bit into detail of what the rooms were all about and stuff. But I expected it to be scarier. I'm happy that it wasn't, because I'm not one who likes scary things. Right, I don't like jump scares. I don't like being surprised in any way in that manner. So I was really happy that it wasn't like that. But it was still there was still some jump scares here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fine. That was fine for me.
Yeah.
But I did expect it to be a lot more, like suspenseful. I guess is the word, not scary,
Yeah.
suspenseful, just like the movies were.
Mm-hmm.
But I also expected it to be more physically demanding, because the movies were more physically demanding.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect to walk through like a thing of needles or anything like that, but expect a little bit more and a little bit more difficult. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it was gonna be.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. I think I agree with Leo, because seeing Saw, it was more suspenseful, and then the games, of course, are the challenges that you had to go through to escape. I was thinking it was gonna be more like jump scares, like you were saying.
Yeah.
I thought there was gonna be like just somebody just coming out of nowhere,
Yeah.
Like,
A lot more of that.
I was thinking more of it like a haunted house.
Uh huh.
A haunted house inside of
Mixed-
an escape room.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I was thinking about.
Yeah, that's why once I realized where we were going, like that it was supposed to be kind of like that, I was like, oh dang, I should have said no to this. Because
Why did
I
I
was
say
not
yes?
I was not for it really.
Like you're reading the waiver, like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, why am I reading the waiver for?
Like death is one of them. I was like, what? What is the what? Why? You know,
Like, what are we? Are we going into like a real crazy place
Yeah,
right now?
you know,
It was definitely yeah. I agree.
You know,
I
it
thought
was
it was,
crazy.
I thought it was gonna be a mixture of a haunted house mixed with
an escape room.
an escape room, and it really wasn't. Which I am happy about. But I'm sure for people who like maybe you guys, I don't know, you guys probably would have wanted it to be more
challenging,
more
or
suspenseful.
more puzzling, or
No, the scary part. I
The
mean,
scary part,
I don't
yeah.
know if you guys wanted it more scary or not, but for me, that level of scariness was more than enough.
It was all right. I mean, the whole scary part, I wasn't really scared of it because I was more looking for puzzles.
Right.
But there was a lot of jump scares, and I was just like, oh snap, But like I'm like, that didn't feel authentic, but it makes sense with the genre. So yeah. So I thought it was enough. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's a little review of this one escape room.
Yeah. I will say, like, I mean, because we do have our definite negatives about it. I will say that one thing I did really like about this escape room was that it was very big in comparison to other ones. Like the other escape rooms I've done, I think the biggest one had maybe 3 rooms, right? 3 very small rooms, right? Escapology is usually the ones that I've done, and those are usually 2. And I think there's
one in Town Square.
There's one in on Tropicana and like Maryland Parkway, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
There's like the
Maryland Parkway.
Is that what it is? It's like number 1 escape room or something like that. I forget.
Well, that one's number 1 escape room is on Spencer and Tropicana.
That's the one I've been to, and that one was like 3 rooms, right? But I really like that this one was a bunch of rooms. I can't even remember how many rooms it was, but it was a lot of rooms.
4
or
5.
And honestly, where we went, because if you go there, it's kind of like a warehouse, right? And I was looking at it like, dang, do we have to go through this whole entire thing? That would have been sick.
No, yeah, the one for
and if it was,
right?
and if it, yeah, and if it was open, like if it was open where you can go anywhere in this place at any time, can you imagine just doing
crazy.
like a whole building?
You
just running around.
I think you need more people to do an escape room if it was like outside.
That's
you're
true.
Gonna be like blurting out like, no, 2, go left. Your other left, go right.
Yeah, like there's a lot of like you guys did a puzzle. We're like go up, go down, make a left.
Oh yeah, it was a magnet, right?
Yeah, I was like, what is this? And then
I love puzzles like that.
Leo was on the other side.
I was seeing what was happening. I had to tell him go left, up.
But then there's a third person. I don't know who he was, but there's a third person that was in between me and you,
trying to like help direct both of us at the same time.
He was like, okay, keep going. He's like looking over and stuff. I'm like, oh dang.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool.
So this escape room, I don't know about you guys, but like every escape room, well, at least with like escapology, right? You go with your party. So there's usually maybe 4, 6 of you at most, right? And but it's your private party that goes in, and then you guys do everything together. This one, it was 10 people, and we had 3 random people, 3 people that also joined, and they were just part of our group.
Yeah.
Which I don't.
There was 2, there were a couple, and then one guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which I thought they were all together, but I guess they weren't because one of them left. The guy left before the couple did.
But what's funny was what you brought up about the dude that came by himself. You're like, who signed up by himself?
Right? Yeah. I'm like, why would you come to this by yourself?
These balls definitely of steel. You know what I mean?
But
they're impenetrable.
Which I don't know if I really enjoyed having strangers, not because I hate strangers, which I do, but
wow.
but I think it's just like because some of us get really competitive. I you were one of those people. I'm definitely one of those people. Like if I get in an escape room, I tend to start like controlling the situation and try to figure things out. And I have to be conscious about the people around me that if they're not participating or not. Because I'll just do it all by myself if nobody's participating.
Like, you in the green shirt, get that bottle.
Yeah. Right. It gets to the point where you're just doing it all automatically by yourself, and you're kind of like pushing people out. Yeah. Not on purpose, but it's just the competitive nature of how you want it, you're trying to escape the room. And I definitely felt like because we were your brother, you, Angel, and Haley, and then myself, and Jay, right, which were 7, right, because there was 10 of us all together,
and then the 3,
and then the 3 of them. So, and we're all a group, right? So we all kind of communicate with each other, and it was really hard to communicate with them because they're not part of the same group. So it was like we had to consciously remember to invite these people into. Yeah. Participating, or else they're gonna feel excluded.
And that's what I did in the very beginning. I don't know if you guys do remember.
Yeah, you're a talkative person.
Hey, hi.
Yeah, we made you the leader of our group.
Yeah, I was the leader. Hi, how are you?
I mean, he was the chosen one.
Yeah,
because the guy asked him how many did you do, and he was like 74.
I've done a lot.
I've done a lot. I was like, I don't know, 14, 15. I was like, I think that one was my 15th one.
Yeah, the guy was like, "Oh, you're a appointed leader then."
Yeah.
Because he only did like one, two, one. I think he said one or two, and then he was with his wife, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was. But there was also this other person, like a cast member, I believe.
Right. She came in.
She was the help. She was not the help. The actor.
Yeah, the actor.
A part of the.
She was the
whole
person who was kidnapped by Jigsaw.
Yeah. Throughout the night.
All right. To be.
And it was funny too because like when we got to a certain, I think it was like the sewer room or whatever. She just sat down as if like she was like a cast, like as if we're in the movie. There's always that one person that's kind of aloof, doesn't really care. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, that's funny.
She scared me when she was introduced, because so that part there was a freezer that somebody had to go into, and you had to close the freezer because the black that's the only way the black light was gonna light up. So the couple, the husband or the boyfriend or whatever he was. I don't know if they were married or not. They were just a couple, right? So he went into the freezer because we were like, well, who's gonna go to the freezer? I'm definitely not going into the freezer. That's a heck to the no. So he goes in. He's in there forever. I'm like, is he ever gonna come back out? Like, we're still. He gave us whatever the answers, whatever we needed from him, and we're still trying to figure out the rest of the room. And then I'm standing like right in front of the freezer, looking for whatever clues. And somebody opens the freezer for him. He comes out, and some random girl comes, and I go, ah! I'm like, who the heck is she?
Yeah, no. When she entered the room, I'm like, yo, who are you?
I was like, did we just get a new person or who's this?
Yeah, I was like, where did this girl come from? And then I thought maybe there was something wrong, that's why something wasn't working for us. And
I thought she was in a different group. Yeah.
Or no, I thought she came to fix whatever. Like there was some kind of malfunction somewhere, and she came to fix the problem for us, and was gonna walk out. And she's like, and then she started acting her part, which is like, I've been in there.
Check the thing, check this.
Yeah.
I didn't even see her because I was over here making sure that him and Angel were okay because they were.
He didn't find out until like 2 rooms later. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I saw her coming out. I didn't see her
freezer?
coming out the freezer, but I was making sure because Haley and Angel were underneath.
They had to crawl. Yeah,
they had to crawl. And I was like, oh man, this better. Just being a parent, just looking over, and I hear the commotion behind me. I look back, and there's a new person.
Yeah,
I'm like,
who's that?
Who the heck are you, dude?
Now, okay, so I will like when Haley and Angel went into that little like tunnel thing.
Yeah,
I was. See, this is where the kind of like some of the disappointment was in for me. Like I would have, and I mean, you sign a waiver, so if you sign a waiver, you're expecting something to happen. But I was expecting maybe like whoever goes in there gets locked in, and we have to figure out how to get them out now.
Oh yeah,
because that would be a Saw thing.
Yeah, that would be. But dang.
I thought it would have been like that, something like challenging like that.
I would have been panicking, I think.
Well, I'm assuming that obviously the if that happened, it would be.
I'll be breaking stuff.
But that to me,
you're absolutely right.
Right,
yeah.
and the other thing that I was thinking about is like because we were a group of 10, I was the whole time I was expecting us to be separated at some point. Right?
Yeah, because in the movie they did that.
Yeah,
too, yeah.
That's. I was expecting these things to happen because it was the Saw thing to do. But it never happened, which I understand. It's easier to, you don't want to freak people out, and also who knows what happens if you separate them and all this other stuff, right? But I was definitely the whole time thinking either separation when that's why I didn't want to crawl into the thing because I'm like, I'm gonna get locked in here. That's what I was assuming was gonna happen.
I wasn't gonna do it because I didn't think I fit. So. We all have our
the kids volunteered themselves.
Same thing with the freezer. Whenever he went to the freezer, I was assuming that the freezer was gonna lock itself, and we were gonna have to figure out a way
to get him out.
Right? Those were like that's what was going through my. You know what? People who created Saw, call me up, man. I'll help you come up with like some good ideas to like spice it up a little. Even though I don't like the spice.
And that's just a little taste of what we went through with the Saw escape room. If you guys go ahead and check it out for yourselves. I would try to get all 10 of your people to be your people and not,
some random people.
Yeah, and don't get tied or don't tie yourself up with a bigger or a smaller group.
True.
To make 10. It's definitely something that I would go and bring friends with.
Yeah.
if they wanted to do it like a movie themed,
Definitely more fun with the
So,
people that you know that's
yeah.
gonna be there.
Yeah, and then you don't have to feel bad because I did feel bad at some points,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
not including the other people. I don't know if they felt excluded or not, but
I definitely made sure that they were.
because you're a thoughtful person.
but
He's an
but
extrovert.
because of that, like there was a puzzle that we were missing, and when new information comes out, people all go towards that new information, right? That's what we did, and that was a big no because we still didn't understand the first room we started in, and that was a big thing about it. But other than that, like it was a great experience, and I think if you're visiting Vegas, it's definitely one of those spots that you gotta go.
Yeah.
I will. I think this needs to be said though. If when the time comes at the beginning, they ask you, do you want help? How much help do you want? Say that you want
that's
very little help. We asked for like a medium kind of help.
I think we did medium.
We did medium.
Yeah, but it was way too much
It
help.
was, I was just saying, this
Way
might be
too much
easy.
help.
Except for that one part where she
that
got
was our fault.
kidnapped.
Yeah, well, right. When she got kidnapped,
And
that
we're
was
like,
the only
okay,
room we
we're
failed.
done. We don't know what to do because he was in.
Oh
he
yeah,
went
when
in-
she wasn't with us, right?
Yeah.
Jay went in.
That
the
was the
little
scary part, too.
Burner thing.
Yeah,
and
the little. Yeah, I went in there
the furnace. You know.
because he had no idea what he was looking at. I was just like, I don't know how many escape rooms he's done, and I was like, is there anything that's different in the message? Is there any kind of
Yeah.
symbols? And he's like, I don't know. There's tons of them, and he wasn't lying because I went in there.
Yeah,
And
it
there were
was
tons of
it's
them.
written everywhere.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many. But I was like, there's nothing that pinpoints this, and I'm like,
It was very convoluted in there. I when I looked in there because I didn't crawl in, but I saw you when you went in. I'm like, what are they looking for? And I look in there, I'm like, oh, this is just a bunch of gibberish.
Yeah.
This is literally crazy person wrote something in here.
but I was able to find it. So
But definitely, like, if you want a challenge, ask for hard because medium felt like it was way too easy.
yeah.
Like I felt like they were giving way too much.
Or
to us.
don't even ask for it.
Yeah.
Or don't ask for help. Yeah,
Don't ask for
if
it.
you really
or light, do it like
Do it
super light. But
lightly.
if anything, the puzzles can be hard in that one room I was talking about where we was inside that little burner. But other than that, like I think you guys can do it. I have faith in you
Yeah.
and to the listeners and the watchers. You know what I'm saying?
But if you guys are watching this on YouTube, leave a comment down below. Let us know if you've done the Saw Escape Room here in Las Vegas and how you felt about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you've done other ones that you want us to go check out, because we would definitely
Oh,
go check out
yeah.
other ones.
Yeah, like
We'll do
we
it.
were talking about escapology earlier, and I
Yeah.
did the submarine.
The submarine one. I've done that
What?
twice.
I lost.
I don't think
I
I've done that one
lost.
before.
You haven't done the submarine
No,
one?
I didn't. I've done the
Did the Shanghai one too.
I did that one.
the one with the train.
The Oriental
Yeah, the
Express.
Oriental, yeah, that's
Express.
I did that
That-
yeah,
with you.
yeah, that one was pretty
Mm-hmm.
cool.
That one I lost.
Really?
I lost
Oh,
that
really?
one. Yeah.
Yeah, we
And we
won
lost only by second. We had the right killer,
Yeah.
right? We had the right killer, but we didn't get the code in time to unlock
go
the
out.
door. But we had the right killer. And so when the guy came, he's like, "Oh, you guys lost or whatever." We asked him like, "Was this the right killer?" And he's like, "Yeah, that was the right killer." It's like, "Dang it, we just needed the code to escape."
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was pretty challenging because you were kind of limited in space in the first car or whatever in the first room.
That's
That's
a
like, excuse me.
Is that a 4-person one?
No, but we had
could
a
be
lot
six-
of
you could
people.
be
Is that
in
six
there.
people?
Yeah.
Most of them were just 6 people. I've done those two. I've done the one like the mansion one.
In the one on which one?
The
Mansion.
escape room. In escapology, there's a mansion one where you like there's like family crests and stuff. It's
like in
part
a
of it.
church.
No, it's in a mansion. It's one of their bigger ones.
I don't think I did. I don't think I did that.
Oh,
one.
that's one of their bigger ones.
What?
Yeah. That one was hard too.
I did the church one.
I kind of snapped at my friend. I had to apologize at the end because
Oh no.
I can't remember what it was. I think because there's like buttons you have to push or something, and I go push that button, and he goes, "Which button?" And he's standing right in front of me. The one right in front of me.
Oh no.
and he's like, "Oh, this one," and he pushes it, and T gives me a look like, "Hey, calm yourself."
She's like, relax.
Calm yourself. So
Easy.
at the end of it, I went up to him and was like, "Hey, bro, sorry for snapping at you." He's like, "You snapped at me?" And I'm like, "I guess not."
No, I didn't. Not at all.
Never mind, I didn't. But it's because I get a little, and we were running out of time. That was part of the issue.
Challenging,
I get a
like,
little
competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I I did a escape room in Seattle, Washington.
Nice.
And it was with my cousins, and we went into this area that we had to solve like this clue to get notes to play on the piano, and you had to play it a certain way for something to click. And like the first thing we did when we first get in there, if they see the instrument, they're like, play it." I was just like, "Play what?" I was just like,
I don't play piano.
I was like, I don't play keys, but I mean, I know how to play some. And then I'm all like, but all of it is reggae, so I just started doing like, a bubble skank on top of the piano. I'm like, this isn't it.
in the mansion one, in the they also had a piano, and I'm like, T, play. She's like, what am I supposed to play?
Yeah, what are we supposed
I
to
don't
play?
know, but read these notes and figure it out.
Yeah, and then there was another one here in Vegas. I forgot the name of the place. But there was one where you had to play certain keys, and it was funny because they give you a sheet, notes, right? And I know how to sight read, so I'm just all like reading it and I'm playing it, but that's not the chord that it's supposed to be. Like the C was not there. I'm like,
this isn't right.
this is not the chord. I'm like, no, this is. They're like, "Are you sure?" I was just like, "I'm 100% sure. This is." It was like, "This is a C. This is a C sharp." Like all that. I was just like, "This is what all this is." They're like, "Okay, then what's wrong?" I was like, "Well, I'm playing, but these chords are not the chords. Like C sounds like this, boom. C sharp should be like, boom. It's just that's the sound, but it goes boom. Boom. I'm like, that doesn't make any
really
sense.
flat.
There's something wrong with that one.
Attitude.
Yeah, I'm like, this is like going backwards. Those escape rooms are really cool. You know what I mean? Oh man, I didn't even let you guys know. Like, how did you guys hear about escape rooms?
I did.
Escape room. I think I heard it from you. From you.
I have
Stop, dude.
I have a friend. She who invited us to go to do some escape room. Her and her husband have done. They did like 3 or 4 before she invited us. They said, "Oh, you guys should come and do some escape rooms." And they're like, "All right, sure, that sounds fun." And I think that was we did the submarine one, at the Scapeology, and we did and then like later we did with her again, with her and her husband. We did the Oriental Express, which is the one we failed. But yeah.
Okay. So back in like 2003.
Escape rooms have been out that long?
No.
Oh,
I was gonna be
I was
like,
like,
dang.
dang.
No.
We've been missing that for a
So
while.
I've been playing.
I was in high school still.
I've been playing a lot of flash games like Escape the Car, Escape the Bathroom, Escape the Telephone Booth, a bunch of these online games of escaping these areas.
Yeah.
And a lot of them had clues you needed to use. Sometimes you needed to understand certain maths, and they gave you the equations like in tests. A lot of them had to do with you got to get tools for another tool to start. And there was another way where you had to use tools in order for you to, go further within the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought like that was incredible. Like I was just like, okay, I need this knife to cut off this part of the ceiling fan or something like that. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of cool stuff in these escape the whatever it is games.
Yeah.
A lot of it was flash. And so I was just like to my brother, I was like, Pono, wouldn't it be cool if like there was like a real place like this?
Oh, gosh.
And this was in like 2003. No, this is 2003 is when we started playing.
Oh.
When I started playing again in 2009, 10. Or no, yeah. Well, I've always been playing, but this is now 2013, 2014, and I'm showing other people like, oh, check this out, these games out, and they're like, oh, what is this? I was like, oh, it's like escape, like it's like you escape these places. They're like, okay. And then I asked my brother, I'm like, Pono, wouldn't it be cool to have like this is in real life?
Real.
He's like, yeah, it'd be super dope, like because it's be more immersive, and I'm like, yeah, let me go see if there's any.
Bro, if you only like initiated that once you were like
In 2003.
older,
Yeah, right.
you could be a freaking millionaire right now, bro.
I mean, technically, I could still start one.
No, but but if you were at the pioneers of escape rooming,
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be dope.
because I never ever thought of escape rooms as at any point in my life until escape rooms became a thing.
Yeah, no. And then I brought it up to my brother, and he's like, yeah, it'd be really cool. And so we looked it up. And then I started to tell people, I was like, oh, I really want to do these escape rooms because there's tons here in Vegas.
I was one of those people.
Yep. And then, a couple other friends, like Brian Flavin, you remember him?
Yeah.
And then he decided he was going to start up a business to do it. And he's like, yo, what do you think about this? I was like, this is awesome. Let's do it. You know what I mean? That's when the hype started from my little circle, and as far as where I come from. But obviously, friends from all over, the U.S. started to tell me like, oh yeah, we did escape room here. This is awesome. I'm like, oh, you have them there. You know what I mean? So it became really big, and I didn't know that a lot of people had already heard about it because, as far as I knew, I was the only one that played these games, right? And my cousins too. They played it too, but naturally they ended up going to escape rooms as well. But you know what I mean? Like that's for me. That's how it started. And that's how come like back in 2014, 15, and 16, I was just like, why is it all of a sudden so popular? Like, I was like, at first I was just like, am I like gatekeeping?
And I think they're creating more like where Saw Escape Room is at. They're having the Blair Witch one.
Yeah, they had a Blair Witch. I would not do that one.
I think that one just came out this year. Why would you do it?
The Blair Witch one is the same spot.
Same spot, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about doing that one. I guess.
I don't know. I think it's
you go do it.
I think it's gonna give us runny noses. With the camera. There was a church one I was telling you about because I thought it was the one, but you said mansion. I was like, oh, duh. I did this one with my cousin and his wife and my brother. Yeah, and we start off in like this graveyard, and then we open up into a church, and then all of a sudden we're in like a crypt. And it's like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
So it was like outside as well, like.
Well, no, it's supposed to make it look like you were outside. So it was like a dark room, but it was a cemetery.
Oh, of course, of course.
And then like there's a shed and like certain like, oh man, we had to find like the right size shovel to fit in the hole to make it match up. And when you match it up, there's numbers. That's what I'm saying. Like there's a bunch of things that you had.
That sounds dope.
It's awesome.
Those are the one at the number one escape room, whatever. They had we did the one Sasquatch escape room. Have you ever been to that one?
I've never been to the place that you got
one. Yeah.
That one, and here's the cool thing about that one. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if they still do it, but when we went, you can't even enter to play to sign up until you figure out how to enter the room. So you go to the front door and there's a phone booth, right? A payphone. People who don't know what a payphone is a phone that you had to pay money to call people. It was a public phone.
It was a quarter and a dime.
Yep.
Before that was a quarter.
And so you had to go to the payphone and you pick it up.
Inflation.
And somebody would answer on the other side, and you would have to they would ask for the code, and you have to figure out what the code is. And it's somewhere in the room. And we spent like a good 15 minutes just trying to get it into the place because we're like, where's this code? And we're like looking everywhere. So you start with a puzzle before you could even enter. And then inside they had, if I remember well, they had 3 escape rooms. They had the Sasquatch one, they had some haunted cabin, and then they had this 2-person one, which was a box. And 2 people lay in that box and they're chained to each other through holes, and they have to somehow, and the box closes, so you're in pitch darkness, right? And you have to hand each other keys and stuff and unchain yourself. And then unchain the box so you can get out. What? It's a 2-person one, and if you're claustrophobic, definitely not the one to do.
Yeah, wouldn't recommend.
But it looked really awesome. And then the haunted one, because the group we went with was just a huge group, so we did. Half of us went to do the Sasquatch one, and the other half did the haunted cabin one. We finished ours before they did theirs, and the guy let us, like, because they had cameras obviously looking inside, and the guy's like, "Hey, you want us to go scare them?" And we're like, yes, please. So they're like in one part of the thing, and they knew where they were from the outside. And some guy went just banging on the wall, and you just hear them just scream at the top of their lungs. They started running. I was like, oh, that's funny. And they were like hanging arms and stuff, like obviously prosthetic arms or fake arms, right? Not prosthetic, but. And I was just like, oh, that's a creepy one. Thank goodness I went to go do the Sasquatch one. And you had to crawl through a hole in the Sasquatch one. I mean, that one was pretty good too, because it was very. It wasn't just like figuring out puzzles. You had to like squeeze yourself through things. T didn't like that part though.
I was just like, I wanted to do
crawl.
That one. I don't want to have to squeeze myself through stuff. I barely fit. You know what I'm saying? I did one where I don't remember where this was, but not where this was, but I don't remember the place. It's on Durango next to Sushi Coma, which is on Flamingo and Durango. So it was like down the street from there, and there was an escape room. But there was some cool stuff. You had to position yourself a certain way in the room so you can get a code in the way that direction that you're looking. And then we finished that room, and then all of a sudden, there is this little tunnel.
What?
Yeah. So me and my bro had to go through this tunnel, and we were just like, dang it. Oh, and even before that, there was this exit that we had to like kind of climb into this hole, and it slid out, and then you get out of the room.
What?
Yeah, bro, getting in there sucked. I had to go backwards because I couldn't I couldn't turn my legs in because I'm too big.
Dang.
I'm turning around. Nope. I was just like, I gotta go backwards, so I went backwards and I rolled out, and I was like, we finished. You know what I mean? I was like, we done.
I like the escape rooms where you have to like angle like some kind of the laser. I think Saw had that too.
Yeah.
Where you had to like, I think it was like a team one. There's like 4 of us, and we had a position, and we had to hold it to where the laser goes through the hole.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part of the Saw one.
Yeah. So there's other ones like that. Like I did one over by I think it's near Flamingo and I don't know what other street, but it was near the Palms. There's an escape room near the Palms. And
Hey, there's so much more than I thought.
yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
It was right next to like a boba and pho place, but this one had we actually went there twice. The second time was an accident because we got a group on and then we brought the family, and then it was like this Greek mythology one where in the first one we had to figure out like how many like fires and whatever, and we go into the next room and we got like some other one, and we had to like angle the laser to where you can see the like a code or whatever. And I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Or like the laser would come out from the eye, and then it would hit something on the wall. After you hit something from the wall, it kind of bounces off something, and it's pointing at something to open or whatever, like a clue.
That's awesome.
So I thought that was pretty cool. Like the Saw one. The Saw one was like that was my favorite part. Also, we were like just like
because I felt like that was the most Saw thing.
Yeah,
because you're
putting your hand in there.
You're like, I was hesitant.
Yeah,
I don't know what this is gonna do with my hand. I was like, I'm gonna stick my hand in here.
Is my hand gonna be okay?
Yeah. I know. I mean, I know that they're not gonna chop our arms off or anything or cause us any physical pain. But like that was like the most Saw feeling that I had.
Like you know what's in there, right? You know what's in there, but you need to stick your hand. There is like this metal. There's a hole, but you don't know what's like right after that metal part. So when you stick your hand in, you can't even see your hand. You're holding something.
Yeah, it's some
and
kind
you
of
can see the top part
something.
moving back and forth. And I'm like, what the heck?
That was the best part of that whole Saw experience, in my opinion. That's the part that I enjoyed the most.
I think in the Saw, the one I liked was the one that you guys were doing with the up to the left, right?
Oh yeah.
The
I love that.
one?
Yeah, I love when it takes 2 people to do the puzzle, but one is doing something completely different than the other.
Yeah.
Where one is giving directions and you are the moving. You know.
Yeah.
I like that. There's like there's a game online where it's like I think it's defuse the bomb, and one person has the bomb, the other person has the
Instructions.
the instructions. And they're like, oh, it's just to turn this thing. It's like, where's that? And a lot of those puzzles are really cool because you get to see like what words or what methods is easiest to talk to certain people in your group. Like when you went up, right? For me, I'd be like, go up until I say stop. But it would have been like, I was like, wait, no, never mind, go back. You know what I mean? Like I'll probably do a lot of wait, sorry, backspace.
Cut the green cord. No, the blue one.
No, wait, no, the yellow.
Fail.
Yeah. Oh no, it's all their fault.
You cut the wrong cord.
But like so, me giving the information, giving instructions is kind of difficult on a time based challenge like me and Noel. And I realized even in the Saw game or the escape room, each room had like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, yo, we have 8 minutes to figure out each of these rooms. You know what I mean? And there was, I think it was like the 6 rooms.
There was
about 8 minutes, 48 minutes.
Yeah, so we were like given an hour. That I think that whole hour is like what for the whole
yeah, pretty much.
The tour. They called it a tour of the escape room.
Right, because it was supposed to be a tour of meat factory.
Yeah.
Or a butcher factory, whatever. I don't know.
That's why.
I was like, the first room we went into didn't even look like. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, this
When
looks.
was the last time somebody worked in here?
I was just like, where's the workers?
I was like, we're not alone, are we? Is there somebody else? You know?
No, thank you. I don't want to play no game.
And then Haley was like,
Steam?
there's like a maze. Like, oh, don't tell me there's a maze here. What's
Yo,
at the end of the maze, you know?
when somebody like, because some, like I said, some of these rooms were really big. Like the first room was 2 rooms put together. It was a locker room and then like the
like a lounge.
employee lounge or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and then I don't know who like decided, oh, I'm just gonna walk into the. I'm like,
No,
don't go that way. You don't know what's gonna happen to you.
I went with the guy. He went off. I'm like, you good? You good? I'm gonna go with him, I guess. I ended up walking. I'm like, you still good?
That's when I was expecting people to get like I felt like if you did that is when you get like kidnapped,
Yeah.
right?
But
And then
we
put in a
walked
different
all the way
room
to
or
the end,
something.
too. I was like, oh man.
Which would be cool, but terrifying at the same time. So who wants to be that person? I don't know, but it wouldn't be me.
So
I stuck with I stuck by Pono almost the entire time. I was like, nobody's going after this big dude. Nobody would dare touch him.
Well, maybe the girl would because he's short and everything. Short girls always try to challenge Pono. Pono loves it, but no. I think or in you guys' friend circle, I guess outside of the 3 of us, do you go? Are there other groups of friends that you guys go to escape rooms with that absolutely kill it?
Yeah.
The ones who introduced me, they're really great at it.
Nice.
It would be my wife's family because they're very competitive. Like her cousins, her sister especially. I think they're very competitive. So any kind of games that, even if it has to do with like escaping anything, I think they would be up for it.
Yeah, I still need my revenge for King of Tokyo.
Good luck with that.
Challenge
See you.
accepted.
I see you.
See you. You know who you are.
Like there's this one where we did Bugsy or whatever. I don't know if you heard the Bugsy one.
No.
I've
Escape
heard of
room.
it, but I don't know. The escape room Bugsy?
Yeah, that one was pretty intense because there was one small room and it led to a bigger room, which led to like another room in the back. And then it was just like other stuff that we needed in the first room, and it was pretty far. And I was like,
See, I like that.
Yeah.
I like it when you have to kind of go back to where you were. Like, I feel like it's a more complicated escape when you have to go back. Like, because if everything you do in one room just stays in that room and it corresponds with nothing else with the rest of the rooms, I'm just like, is this? I mean, is that really realistic? Like, I like to go all the way to the 3rd room and then go, oh crap, this is what we needed to go back to the 1st room. So somebody needs to go all the way over there. As long as it's not scary, because then I'll do it.
Yeah.
Right. So, but my brother, I've gotten to do some with my brother, my sister, and their partners, and then with T and me, right? So like just the siblings and our partners, and that was fun. They're really good too. My brother thinks he's not that great, but he's done a great job. Every time we gun, we just we kind of smack it. And once again, it's me and my brother. We kind of like, and the thing is, T is very timid, so she kind of like just falls in the back and she starts to do like little she's like the person who watches over the backside, and kind of yeah. But me and my brother, we're like. We were like, oh, here, do this, and I have to remember, oh, wait, there's other people here who also want to play the game, and I can't be the only one, or else I just spoil it for everybody. I have to physically or like mentally always be conscious of that situation, or else I will take over the whole game.
I've played with people like that where they'll take over, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just listen to what he says and then not do it because he's going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And then what they're doing, or he or she.
Yeah.
Because, sometimes, the ladies can also yell a lot. So I'll be like, okay, and then I'll listen to what they missed. You know what I mean? Oh, she missed this. They missed this. Okay.
Like, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay. And then so I would just kind of fill in the blanks. And that helps too. So if you were like that with me or my brother, we would fill in the blanks.
Well,
I think that's what I'll be doing too.
Yeah.
Because I'm more of like exploring everything that people has not even seen, and then I'll be like, there's something here.
I like to decipher too. So
Yeah, the deciphering was pretty cool.
I have a friend of mine, Curve. What's up, buddy? How's it going, man? We've been gamer friends for the past like 6 years, right? And we just met each other for the first time physically.
Dang.
In September or something like that.
Okay.
He came to Vegas. Yeah, he had some like work he had to do over here, and we went to go do an escape room with him. So it was my brother, him, my T, and myself, right? Because we play Call of Duty with each other all the time, and yeah, he was the note taker. So in Escapology, you had the whiteboard,
Yeah.
right? So he was like, "All right, so okay, let me write this down. Okay, I say 7, 15, 6, and then he'll like write, oh, found in the bed, and it's like he was detailed everything that was happening, and she's like, I like this guy. Because she's like, that's what because he does the same thing. She's detailed about and tries to keep everything organized, and she'll say, okay, where did you find this? Here, okay, I'm gonna leave it right here so everybody can see it, but it's going to be, so they were both like the organizers, and then me and my brother were the chaos, just finding everything. Like, I found this, I found that.
that's so cool. How you guys were able to write down stuff?
Yeah, because there was a whiteboard and they had erase markers, erasers.
Was it the dry erase?
Yeah, dry erasers,
Yeah.
markers, and he was writing everything on the whiteboard. That was because it's in the room.
Some
was it the
escape rooms-
alien ones?
Some escape
No, it was
rooms
the
have them.
submarine one.
Submarine one. No, some escape rooms have them, like the Oriental Express that we had.
Yeah,
There was one where you had
I think all the escapology rooms have a whiteboard.
Oh
that
yeah,
you
you're
can-
right. You're absolutely right. In the
Yeah.
front.
Yeah, right at the main entrance,
yeah, at the very front.
so you can write stuff down. And
It's
stuff.
like usually right above where we had to put our stuff in, like our phones.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, but a
exactly.
basket. Yeah. And it's funny they gave us like the flashlights
Yeah.
that never worked.
Yeah, I was like,
And I was like, our flashlights on our phone would be incredible
yeah.
in these situations.
And we're losing time just trying to figure out how to turn the flashlight on.
And I have a feeling it was other patrons of the escape rooms that messed it up for everybody. Like, let's record what we're doing because that's the right thing to do.
No, don't ruin it for everybody else.
I remember we did a escape room. This is the one by the sushi coma, and we sat in this room. And what happened was like all of a sudden the whole room shook.
What the heck?
Yeah, it was like, and it was supposed to give us the idea that we are in suspended air, and we're landing somewhere on a different planet.
That's pretty dope.
That's pretty
And
cool.
I'm like, whoa, right? Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, and then once we landed, we had to go to a different room, and they're like, oh yeah, so you're here now, da da da, and then it was basically the exit. I was just like, oh wow. I was like, I don't even know how we got to that room that made it shake like that. I was like, oh, what are you talking about? You guys got the puzzle here, the puzzle there, and I'm just like, you sure? You know what I mean? But yeah, no, like there's so many cool things about escape rooms.
Yeah, and also like for people who might not have an escape room near them, I don't know if that's even possible. If you live in like a big city or something like that.
Yeah, I went to one in Portland. So
Yeah. Escape room simulator on Steam.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They have some. If you like playing video games, they have escape room simulator on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
And that one's really. There's a couple of escape rooms on there.
Yeah, they're
really good. They're really good. Some of them are. There were some that were real hard.
Yeah,
You're just kind of
yeah.
sitting there going, "Oh, what in the world?"
Mm-hmm.
And there's also the board game form, like you guys played.
Oh yeah, exit.
Exit the game. So
So yeah. There's. I mean, for those of you who might not have a physical place to go,
Have we ever played Escape the Dungeon? Escape the Dungeon? I think it's called. It's a
No.
board game.
I've not.
And we have to find all these things within the dungeon or the pyramid and escape.
Huh.
And there's a time frame, and every time you'll hear like a big gong, everybody got to get into the middle. It gets really nuts. Yeah,
Huh.
we're going to play that.
I haven't bought it yet, but definitely, if anybody wants to check out our gameplays, we'll probably play that game too.
Yep.
That would be
Definitely
fun.
play that.
But anyway, I think that is probably why the hype started for me. You know what I mean? Like everything from addictinggames.com back in 2002 to now. You know what I mean? You get your friends that introduce it to you.
Yeah, and I like puzzle games,
Yeah.
and it's just a really big puzzle game,
Mhm.
right? So
And Mr. Izzy here introduced it to me. So
And no, it's just it's super fun, you know. So if you guys ever do get to go to one, please, you know, in the comments on YouTube, please let us, you know, share with us your experiences because we would love to hear, we'd love to read it. And yeah. So anyway, that's gonna wrap up this episode. Want to thank everybody for watching and listening. And don't forget to follow us on our social medias. We got Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and we recently just got TikTok. Ooh. And don't forget to watch us on youtube.com/nerdyvolume. And if you guys want to listen to us, you just go to anchor.fm and you can find us on things like Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Radio Public, and more. So, you know, please follow us. And thank you so much for listening. See you guys next time.
Later, guys.